Now at 10, authorities in Joplin charge a homeless man in connection with a stabbing incident. Plus, firefighters in southwest Missouri respond to an uptick in structure fires in this new year. And a bill in Kansas would change the law concerning who puts patients to sleep before surgery.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Authorities bring charges against a homeless man after a stabbing incident outside of a shelter in Joplin. This is KOAM News. I'm Dow Quick. This man, 55-year-old Brian Gutierrez, is jailed on felony assault and armed criminal action charges following the incident outside Watered Gardens. Joplin police say an officer on patrol was flagged down by the victim, bleeding from the chest. That was on February 6th. The suspect was still nearby and detained. Court records say Gutierrez was carrying 2 knives, one with blood on the blade. Video from Watered Gardens reportedly captured the attack. Gutierrez is held in the Jasper County Detention Center on a $100,000 bond. No word on the condition of the victim. 2026 is off to a busy start for the Reddings Mill Fire Protection District, with a spike in structure fires in just the first 6 weeks of the year. Since January 1st, crews have responded to multiple house, chimney, and outbuilding fires and provided mutual aid on several major incidents in neighboring districts, including Carl Junction, Seneca, and others. The Reddings Mill Fire Chief says that a strong partnership with surrounding fire agencies has been critical, especially since volunteer firefighter numbers have dropped statewide. Reddings Mill Fire Department moved to a fully paid department in 2022. But it's been another beautiful day out there. Let's check in with meteorologist Austin Stantz.
Yeah, thanks, Dad. We saw temperatures above average once again today. And check out these mild temperatures here still in the 10 o'clock hour in the 40s still. Winds out of our east right now. We're going to see these transition kind of out of the southeast for this evening, but they will transition back out of the northeast tomorrow. But that doesn't stop warmer air from coming back into the forecast, continuing those spring-like temperatures. Some cloud cover beginning to increase as we head throughout those overnight hours tonight. Expecting temperatures in the upper 30s as we make our way into the early morning hours of our Thursday. So as you're headed out the door tomorrow morning, here's what you can expect. We're going to see partly cloudy conditions, becoming mostly cloudy by the afternoon, but temperatures back on the rise once again into the 60s for your Thursday. But that's not all. So Mother Nature is making it feel really more like spring out there with some rainfall on the way. We're going to time everything out and when it's going to impact you coming up in my full forecast.
All right, we'll catch you in a bit. Kansas lawmakers are considering a bill that would create the Anesthesiologist Assistant Licensure Act. The bill establishes full licensing and regulation for anesthesiologist assistants under the Kansas State Board of Healing Arts, but the bill has drawn some concerns for CRNAs.
Rural hospitals make up the majority of healthcare providers in the state of Kansas, so we need to be writing legislation that supports the rural healthcare facilities that are out there serving, and we can't just be focused on what's beneficial for the larger markets.
The bill will mostly apply to anesthesiologist assistants. Lauren says many or most critical access hospitals in rural Kansas have 100% CRNAs. 6 area high schools participated in Pitt State's 10th annual Automotive Skills Competition. That were out a good part of the day. The participating juniors and seniors took part in several activities ranging anywhere from working with different types of engines to job interview practice for auto-related careers.
If a student decides to go into any type of skilled career, these are transferable skills. So if they're not going to measure brakes one day, they're going to measure something one day. But this activity can definitely give them the opportunity to give it a try.
Pitt State currently offers certificates, 2-year and 4-year degrees through its School of Automotive and Engineering Technology. The Longwell Museum at Crowder College is showcasing the work of Neosho High School art students in its latest exhibit. Now in its 6th year, the partnership highlights a wide range of student artwork created throughout the school year. The exhibit features everything from acrylic paintings and graphic design to ceramics, collage, paper arts, and even copper plating. They say displaying the artwork in a professional gallery setting gives students a sense of validation and helps them envision a future in the arts.
Some students that have participated in this in previous shows have attended Crowder, right? And so I'm going to have potentially some former Neosho High School students come in and help jury, right? And so it's kind of like passing the elevator back down, and these students are really, they know how important this exhibit is.
That exhibit runs through March 5th. A masked trespasser and a person of interest coming up. Investigators cover new ground in the search for Nancy Guthrie Plus.
Attorney General Pam Bondi spars with lawmakers over the Justice Department's handling of the Epstein files. I'm Erica Brown with more from the congressional hearing and the survivors of Jeffrey Epstein's abuse.
The House Judiciary Committee held an oversight hearing for the Department of Justice, but the most heated questions for Attorney General Pam Bondi centered around the DOJ's handling of the Jeffrey Epstein files. Erica Brown has details.
Attorney General Pam Bondi sparred with lawmakers on the House Judiciary Committee over the Justice Department's handling of the Epstein files.
Were there any underage girls at that party or at any party that Trump attended with Jeffrey Epstein?
This is so ridiculous, and that they are trying to deflect from all the great things Donald Trump has done. There is no evidence that Donald Trump has committed a crime.
I believe you just lied under oath. There is ample evidence in the Epstein files.
Don't you ever accuse me of a crime.
I believe you just lied under oath.
Republican Congressman Thomas Massie says lawmakers discovered the names of powerful men that he says were unlawfully redacted in the files.
He's listed as a co-conspirator, not to tax evasion, but to child sex trafficking.
Within 40 minutes, Wexner's name was added back.
Within 40 minutes of me catching you red-handed.
There was one redaction out
where
of
he's
over
listed as a co-conspirator.
And we invited you in.
Gentlemen,
This guy has Trump derangement syndrome.
Survivors of Jeffrey Epstein's abuse slammed the Justice Department's handling of the files after some sensitive information about them was not redacted in the publicly released material, while details about potential co-conspirators were concealed.
Abusers' names and contact information is redacted while our faces and stories are left on full display. This is not protection. This is betrayal.
When asked by lawmakers to apologize to survivors at the hearing, Bondi instead defended the DOJ's handling of the files.
We were given 30 days to review and redact and unredact millions of pages of documents. Our error rate is very low.
Bondi also touted the Justice Department's efforts to target drug cartels, fight violent crime, and aid in the Trump administration's immigration enforcement. Erica Brown, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
After the hearing, Republican Congressman Thomas Massie said Bondi dodged the tough questions, while the Republican chairman of the committee, Jim Jordan of Ohio, said the Department of Justice is doing the best they can. The airspace over El Paso, Texas reopened today after the FAA issued an unusual flight restriction that grounded all flights up to 18,000 feet for 10 days. The restriction cited special security reasons and effectively shut down El Paso International Airport. Multiple sources say a Pentagon plan to use a high-energy counter-drone laser without FAA coordination prompted that shutdown. The desperate search for Nancy Guthrie is intensifying as investigators review newly released images of a masked person on her porch the night she went missing just outside of Tucson, Arizona. Andres Gutierrez has the latest.
FBI agents scoured Arizona's Catalina foothills in hopes of finding new clues in the disappearance of Nancy Guthrie. They're knocking on doors and searching through thick desert terrain, with the New York Post reporting on a black glove investigators found on the side of the road near Guthrie's home. The glove resembles the gloves worn by a person seen on doorbell camera video the night Guthrie disappeared. CBS News has not independently confirmed the report. On Tuesday, authorities released black and white images from the surveillance camera showing a person wearing a face mask, gloves, backpack, and what appeared to be a gun holster.
From the backpack to the holster to the potential weapon to the jacket, to the flashlight in his mouth, to the unique ski mask. Most of them have some unique characteristics that will absolutely be followed up on.
A law enforcement source close to the investigation tells CBS News they're familiar with the individual's brand of backpack, and they're looking into it along with other brands.
As the search continues, authorities detained and released a man who says he was questioned for hours. I spoke with the man, and he says he has nothing to do with Guthrie's disappearance.
And I hope they get the suspect, because I'm not it. They better do their job and find the suspect that did it.
The FBI is offering a $50,000 reward for information leading to the recovery of the mother of Today Show host Savannah Guthrie. The Pima County Sheriff's Department says it has received close to 19,000 calls since she went missing. Andres Gutierrez, CBS News, Tucson, Arizona.
Sheriff's Department says more than 4,000 calls came into its tip line just within the past 24 hours. A little bit later, the Eagles host the War Dogs tonight in Joplin. Ryan's going to have highlights from the hardwood coming up in sports.
And could drought conditions come to an end with just one weekend of rainfall? We'll talk about it coming up.
Here's your Skywatch weather forecast from the trusted Roper Kia Weather Center.
Some active weather is headed for the 4 states, but it's not for a couple more days. Right now, some quiet conditions across the area, some cloud cover just beginning to move in, a stationary front off to our west. Our weather makers still way out west. They're not going to arrive until we get ready to head into our Friday. For right now, just dealing with some mostly cloudy conditions across the area right now. Those cloudy conditions are going to last throughout the evening tonight. Taking a look at our Indigo Sky Casino and Resort Cam out there, things are pretty mild for this time of the evening. We're right around that 10 o'clock hour. Temperatures are falling into the upper 30s tonight as we approach those overnight hours. And then clouds kind of just hanging around with us even as we head into those morning hours tomorrow. But winds are going to shift out of the southeast tonight. That's going to keep temperatures fairly mild for us tonight. 39 degrees overnight, cool evening out there, but things are above average for tonight. So as we get your day started tomorrow morning, by 8 o'clock we're at 46, 55 by noon, 62 by 4 o'clock. That's going to be our high. Wind shifting out of the northeast, 5 to 10 miles per hour. So mostly cloudy for your Thursday by the end of the day there. Heading into Friday, here comes a thick blanket of cloud cover along with some showers and thunderstorms as well, especially during the afternoon hours. These first initial storms that develop out ahead of our system could be on the stronger side, especially south of I-44 there. They could pack a little bit of a punch, bring some lightning, some thunder with them, maybe some small hail, some gusty winds possible. We're going to start to see some widespread rainfall begin to develop, though, as we head into Friday night into our Saturday. Now, the thing is, a lot of this heavy rain really going to stick around even through Saturday. So making our way into Saturday morning, I mean, take a look. These darker shades of orange and red there, those are some heavy rainfall. We'll see some waves where it gets a little bit lighter, but then it's likely to pick back up again. And through our Saturday, temperatures only making our way into the lower 50s there. But again, we're going to see a stationary front, and we're going to see these showers developing just along that stationary front. Those stationary fronts really support continuous development of showers and just regeneration as they continuously provide lift. And there's so much moisture available that those types of fronts actually support some flooding concerns. Now, do I expect us to have any major flooding? Not really, but it's going to rain for most of Valentine's Day. Some few thunderstorms possible out there as well. Take a look at our drought index, though. So here's the evolution of our drought over the last 3 months. So there's 3 months, 1 month ago, 2 weeks ago, and then currently there. You'll notice that we have extreme drought conditions there in Jasper and Newton County. So when we look at these rain totals and we see near 3 inches of rain, especially south of I-44 here, the soil isn't going to be able to absorb a lot of that rain very quickly. So a minor flooding threat does exist there. Now, after Saturday here, after Valentine's Day, we get back into the 60s on Sunday, 61 degrees there, just a few overnight showers into the early morning on Sunday, but then becoming warm once again, 65 on Monday, 67 Tuesday, some light showers, then back into the 70s. Now, how about that?
Yeah, back into the 70s. I'll take that. It's February after all.
I mean, spring just wants to get here early.
It will arrive eventually, I can guarantee that. Thanks. Hey, do you know a teacher you think should be the 2026 Educator of the Year? Well, Pittsco and Pittsburgh Area Chamber of Commerce is looking for that teacher that goes above and beyond. If you know that person, well, submissions are open for nominations right now. Runs until March the 10th. Head over to KOIMnewsnow.com for a complete list of nomination criteria and a convenient link for where to submit your Teacher for 2026 Educator of the Year. Still ahead, a pair of local football stars put pen to paper to play at the collegiate level. Those details next. Plus, the Pitt State basketball teams are back at home for a doubleheader against Missouri Western. Highlights from those matchups coming up in sports.
Last Wednesday was National Signing Day, with athletes furthering their commitments for college athletics. But today, a pair of football players in the four states area signed the dotted line. In Galena, Bulldogs offensive lineman Braden Buckaloo is staying home, signing to play with Missouri Southern. The Joplin native earned All-State Honorable Mention honors this past year as a senior, finishing as a two-time All-Conference player with Galena. Buckaloo says it's a dream come true to sign with MSSU, following in his parents' footsteps.
Honestly, Missouri Southern's just always been one of my dream schools. It's been a dream to be able to play so close to my home, and I have a lot of connections to this school. My parents went to this school and graduated from this school, so it's just a dream come true to play for this school, so 20 minutes away from my house.
In Miami, War Dogs Trent Lawson signed his letter of intent to play at Ottawa University. Before visiting the Braves, Lawson was unsure of going to Ottawa, but after spending time with the coaches, he knew he was home. Lawson says that he even decided not to visit Northeast Oklahoma A&M because he was set on being a Brave.
I'm Ottawa Tribe, and at first I wasn't sure about it. I knew it was free, but I wasn't sure if I really wanted to go there. But after visiting all the coaches and the facilities, and the coaches are the greatest people there, and all my teammates, I just confirmed that I wanted to go there.
After a pair of road games last week, the Pitt State men's and women's basketball squads are back at home inside John Lance Arena for a doubleheader against Missouri Western. The 20th ranked Gorillas girls squad opening the night against the Griffins. Let's go to the second half. Final seconds of the third quarter. Ana Oliveira Diaz with the drive and dish to Lindsey Kelderman, who drains the three at the buzzer. Griffins up by 5 heading to the fourth. But here comes PSU to open the final quarter. Working inside out, Casey McCumber to Clara Swearingen in the corner, who ties it up with his triple. She finished with a game-high 18 points. Gorillas eyeing the lead on their next possession. Swearingen this time being a playmaker with a driving kick to Lola Karaga in the corner, and the freshman drains the long two for the lead. PSU still leading a couple possessions later. It's Hannah Miller this time attacking the basket. She'll finish off the glass with the right hand. She had clutch buckets down the stretch as the Gorillas come from behind to take down the Griffins 64-61 the final. PSU men's squad eyeing a second straight win, battling the Griffins in the nightcap. Early first quarter, Gorillas working the ball inside. Connor Rogers to Ethan Sage to Donald Coates down low, who scores the bucket inside the paint. PSU leads early. And the offense was clicking from the start. Let's go to that next Gorillas possession. It's Mason English shot faking, setting up Connor Rogers wide open from way downtown. Cash it from the junior. But the Griffins offense was also on fire to open this one. Noah King and Marko Pavlovich running the pick and roll to perfection, with the big man scoring the easy deuce underneath. PSU looking to respond now, and it's Pittsburgh's finest. English, he's looking to drive, he will. Shaking off contact and finishing off the glass for two, but the Griffins take down the Gorillas on the road 78-70. Moving to the high school level, Joplin clashed with Miami at home. Mid-first quarter, Joplin trailing, but clawing back as the Eagles force a turnover with Tucker Martin tossing one forward up the court to TJ Willis, who lays it in on the fast break. Couple possessions later, another loose ball, but it will find Miami's Isaiah Grover, who connects with a wide-open Lane Walther, who knocks down the triple on the wing. Joplin looking to respond now. Fred Taylor, the senior, looking to attack the defense, and he will, fighting through contact and getting around the defender to kiss it off the glass for two. Joplin still rolling in the second quarter. Trent McCadney with it. He'll lay it off to Brecken Green, who pulls in three defenders, allowing Willis an open look from three, and he cashes it as the Eagles defend home court with a 67-51 win. The Pitt State track and field teams are back at home this weekend, but before competition begins, another Gorilla has received weekly honors after a strong performance last week. For the second straight week, Elias Garcia has been named the MIAA Male Athlete of the Week. Following a school record-breaking performance last week, the junior lowered his Division II best time in the 60-meter dash, flying in with a time of 6.62 seconds, a top finish at the Woo Pig Classic in Arkansas. Always great to see some track and field athletes doing well. I know we're in Olympic mode. So maybe we could see some of these people, some of these athletes in the Summer Olympics. I know it's a little bit different now, but I'm kind of in that Olympics mindset.
Yeah, I don't expect to see any snow skiing here in the four states anytime soon.
You know, I think that'd be a good call.
Yeah, hope not. Anyway, we'll be right back. Hey, don't forget you can be the first to know about the day's weather with the KOAM Skywatch weather app. You know you can get severe weather updates sent straight to your phone. It's absolutely free of charge. It's important anytime, but it's going to be especially important as we approach spring, so this is as good a time as any to download it. It's available in the Apple App Store and the Google Play Store as well, the KOAM Skywatch weather app. Right now, the weather looking pretty promising.
Yeah, and you know what? I'll tell you, that app may come in handy this weekend for sure. We're going to see some warmer temperatures Thursday and Friday, but as we head into Friday evening, some strong, maybe even low-end severe thunderstorms before the initial system arrives. As we head into Saturday, some widespread heavy rainfall throughout Valentine's Day. I know, I'm sorry, but you know what? Stay inside. Love your counterpart. There you go. 61 degrees on Sunday. We see temperatures back on the rise again into the 70s by the midweek, guys.
That is incredible, but welcome for sure. Final sports note.
I'm really going to need this rain to hold off on Saturday because it's a big weekend, opening weekend for Missouri Southern and Pitt State baseball at home. Both squads off to strong starts. Pitt State ranked inside the top 10. Hopefully the weather can hold off to where we can get some baseball action in before.
I'll see if you two can kind of negotiate that. I don't want to have to be the mediator, but see what you can do to accommodate. Thanks for joining us. Hey, don't forget the morning show starts at 5 a.m. and let's make it a great tomorrow.